We now have confirmation of the next Diablo 4 live stream. As you see behind me in this communication, it's going to be this Thursday, January 18th. It's going to be a deep dive into what to expect with Season 3. And we already know Season 3 is going to have leaderboards. It's going to have the Gauntlet, which is weekly challenging dungeons. And it's going to have the Hall of Ancients. In some of their communication, they've made reference to they're going to discuss other things which they didn't elaborate on. They mentioned quality of life. So we're going to talk about a little bit about that. We're also in this communication behind me. There's some information in there that I find very intriguing and that I want to get into. And also, we're going to do a little deep dive into some speculation regarding what potentially surprises could come out of Season 3 vis-a-vis some of the imagery and communication that we've seen about Season 3. Although it hasn't been named, we don't know the name of it. But we're going to dive into what some people are speculating about, maybe potentially the hidden secrets around that imagery and maybe some new mechanics that are coming into Diablo 4 vis-a-vis Season 3. I hope you'll join me and stick around. We'll see you on the other side. Now, we've all seen this image behind us, but I want to focus your attention on the top left corner. You see a little top half of an arc, which potentially could represent a circle, and there's some holes in it with orange or red in the background. And Nayball on January 8th on X tweeted this, and there was speculation that this is something like a portal, something that we've seen before. He speculated that this is the shadow portals used by Zoltan in the main archives under the sands of Kazakhstan. And although this is purely speculation, and he elaborates this further, but you could say because Diablo 4 in prior seasons has done a lot of focus, and all of our journeys have kind of started around Kovashed and Dry Steeps, that potentially Diablo 4 is moving the story forward to Kazakhstan. And this is where Zoltan comes in with the portals that we've seen in Diablo 3. And he further speculates that this could potentially mean the introduction of the Canine's Cube. Sorry, I probably mispronounced it. But if you've played Diablo 3, you're very familiar with this cube. It has a lot of recipes and ways to change items in the game. Now, we have heard talk about the potential for some sort of cube. And people automatically referred to Diablo 2 vis-a-vis the cube that we have in Diablo 2. But Naball's speculation makes a very good argument. So it's going to be very interesting to see if this could be one of the surprises. Pretty interesting speculation. Only time will tell whether or not it's going to become true. So anyway, it's going to be very interesting to see on January 18th what they say and what they uncover. But I want to go back to this communicating the live stream on January 18th. And in this literature and communication, it states, join Associate Director of Community Adam Fletcher, Game Designer Manager Daniel Tange, Guest Designer Madeline James, and Lead Class Designer Adam Jackson as they dive into the danger awaiting you in Diablo 4's third season. Now, hey, what's the big deal, Sammy? What are you trying to get here? Well, let's go into Sammy's speculation mode here. And I find it very interesting that this is the very first live stream of 2024 for Diablo 4. And there's a couple of characters that are missing here in the live stream that have been, I would say, very consistent in their appearance in all of the communication and live streams or campfire chats for Diablo 4. And that is this crew. I'm referring to Joe and Joe squared. I don't think, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, I do not believe that either one of them have not been involved in a live stream or campfire chat. Now, I'm speculating that, without getting personal here, there has been some internal discussions about kind of how the live streams and campfire chats have gone in prior seasons, exactly in 2023, because that's as long as the game has been out. So I think eternally they've seen some of the comments and the reaction from the Diablo 4 player base towards, again, not fair to criticize people individually, because not everybody is made to communicate and come off whatever way they need to come off on screen or on a video. So I would imagine, and again, this is speculation. Maybe this is just because it's season 3, they have the lead season designer on it, and they wanted to bring in. Now, Adam Jackson has, from my point of view, sounds like a lot of the player base likes how he talks. I've seen nothing but positive things from Adam Jackson, and let's call a spade. When it comes to Joe Piapiora and Joe Shelley, it's kind of mixed or leaning towards, like poor Joe Shelley. He's got his nicknames that have been flying out there, and you know what? I don't buy that. This is a guy that's been in the industry a long time, and yeah, maybe his seriousness on stream, on the live streams, came off as him sleeping. I don't buy that. I think he's just takes his job seriously, but it just came off the wrong way on video. But anyway, my point is, I personally don't think these two Joes did anything wrong, but maybe internally they're trying to change the narrative, so they're bringing in fresh bodies into the live stream, and they'll probably see how the feedback is and whether they gravitate to these people, and therefore maybe enhancing their opinion about Diablo 4, if that makes any sense. Clearly, Adam Jackson, I haven't seen much negativity around what he says, how he says it. Actually, quite the opposite. People love his enthusiasm. They when he says something, he comes off very knowledgeable. So my point is that I find it very interesting that right off the top, on the very first live stream, we've already had a change in the roster for who's going to be participating in the live streams. So, of course, Adam is going to be there, Pez Radar, but we're going to see some new people. And Adam is the lead season designer, and he has his resume is very, very, very impressive. He has been with Blizzard for a while, and he's the lead seasons designer in Diablo 4. He's also been involved with the shop and battle pass design, and he's been involved in games like Tony Hawk Pro Skater, Destiny 2, just to name a few, Crash Bandicoot. So this guy, I'm very interested to see what he has to say. He has a lot of experience, and really, the guest designer Madeline James. We had a sneak peek of her in one of the videos, specifically regarding the season of the Malignant Hearts. She was sprinkled in throughout that video. So very interesting to see. But I just wanted to give you some Sammy speculation on, there's been a roster change on the first live stream for the Diablo 4 dev team. So it's going to be very interesting to see if Joe and Joe if this trend continues where we're not going to see Joe and Joe anymore on the live streams. Only time will tell. We'll see. Anyway, January 18th is the first live stream in 2024 for Diablo 4. It's in reference to Season 3. We're going to cover that in full detail. So let me know what your thoughts. What are your thoughts on the speculation of potentially this Season 3 and the little portal imagery on the top left corner of the Season 3 logo, lack of a better term? Do you think that has anything to do with what we talked about? Let me know your thoughts. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. And as always, if you can like, comment, and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Take care.